So just as a reminder, your part of fortune is where you can focus to bring harmony to your entire incarnation so that you can bring about the intent with which you took it. Just to remind you, you are essentially an angel or a spiritual being. You took this incarnation, you selected it because it offered you an opportunity to channel the universal will in a certain way that would be useful to you in your development through many incarnations. So the part of fortune aligns your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. And the sun, of course, is where your spiritual self comes through and sort of peeks through your incarnation now. And then the moon is your intuitive animal self that can nurture spirit if worked correctly. And then finally, the rising is your earth, your elements. And by making all three of those in alignment, by focusing, moving from your part of fortune, you bring about success and harmony. If you'd like to learn more about those details, like I go much more deeply into them in a couple of videos, those are linked below. But in this video in particular, I'm going to talk to you about your first house part of fortune. So let me start by talking about the first house. The first house is beginning with your rising, and it essentially talks about how you come across your image, your personality in the world. And on an esoteric level, that has a function of like a mask in theater. So it is your persona, it's how you project your divinity through the outer world. And what it does is it draws people's attention and thought towards you in a certain way. So by you portraying yourself as a certain character, you basically enter the cosmic drama in a certain way. And of course, there are ways that will be useful to you, and there's ways that will be detrimental to doing your intent or your will that you came here with. So when you have a part of fortune in your first house, your task is to pay attention and pay attention to how you're coming across. And again, remember that this is not about you, your ego. It's about you being an effective actor for the cosmic or universal will. So basically, you're going to know whether you're doing a good job or whether you need to tweak something about your character or how you're portraying yourself by your success or failure. So if you're finding life harmonious, not just harmonious in the sense of no bad things happening, but harmonious in the sense that even when there's trouble, that you're getting, that things are moving more and more into who you really are, because your entire self, not just your mask or what people think about you, but your whole manifested self, you've taken on with an intent of channeling the universal will in a certain way. So in a sense, the mask or the first house is just the front door to this much deeper task or artistic project that you've taken on by taking this incarnation. So the more you find yourself getting, presenting something that allows you to overall manifest what's unique about you, such that you're taking the universal archetypes and putting a specific artistic stamp on them, then you know you're doing a good job. And the part of fortune says focus on that. Focus on how your presentation is assisting you to do the universal will through your incarnation. So by always kind of keeping that as your center, not again to care what people think, because people could be angry with you, people could be, not liking you, and that doesn't necessarily mean you're failing, because the point isn't to be liked or popular, it's to accomplish your intent. Now, obviously, you have to know more about your lifetime than just that. You have to know more about your chart and just in general, your intuitions about what you're here to do. But, those are other things that are going to be outside this video. However, if you just keep that bare center of paying attention to your mask, then you will be more harmonious and do better.